Happy Thursday evening. I hope everybody's having a fantastic week. I hope your Thanksgiving breaks were fantastic. Just me for right now. Jeff will be joining me a little later. We got a jam-packed show tonight. We're going to be talking early signing, rumors regarding Ryan Williams. So you're going to want to tell everybody to lock in, tap in with us. We're going to talk about, obviously, this big game coming up Saturday between Alabama and Georgia. Both teams will play in the SEC championship in Atlanta as the good Lord intended it to be. Lot to talk about, but before we get anywhere, I just want to tell you guys thank you. We've experienced some pretty good growth over the last week, and a lot of that is because of you tapping in with our uploads, our shorts, engaging with us on social media. And it's just your show, man, and you guys are freaking tastic. So let's go to the chat, see who's all here, who got here first tonight. J-Bake, man, you're getting smoked, dude. I expect you to do better moving forward. Roll Tide, Herb, Raj. Hope you guys are having a good week. I know you guys had Randy on earlier in the week. I got to catch some of that. It's fantastic stuff. If you guys haven't, go check out Herb and Raj when you're done here. See who else is in here. JJ, Roll Tide. Keith, Roll Tide. Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying, Tyler. He is slacking, brother. Like, you guys need to give him hell. When he gets in here, give him all kinds of hell. J-Rock City, what's up? There he is. J-Vake, appreciate it, man. All right, we're going to jump right in. Like I said, Jeff will join us a little later, but we're going to jump right in, and we're going to talk about, early signing. Not a lot of surprises for Alabama. There were a couple. Obviously, the exits were the big talking points for everybody. Alabama loses several guys. These were all 3-star recruits. The big ones, Alabama landed every single one of them that they wanted. However, you lose Owen Cabell to Vanderbilt. You lose Brian Williams Jr. to Auburn. You lose J.J. Finch to Tennessee. And then you lose Javari Barnett to Illinois. Those of you who kind of track with Tim Watts, Andrew Bone, stuff like that, you've known a lot of those were coming no matter what. However, thanks, J-Bake. However, it always sucks to lose some guys, but a lot of those guys had zero financial incentive that came along with their commitment to Alabama. They got kind of an offer somewhere else. Vanderbilt had a pretty strong day yesterday, especially with going ahead and getting Jared Curtis, flipping the 5-star quarterback from Georgia. They go ahead and get him. So, of course, Owen Cabell can make that roster pretty quick. Alabama's wide receiving room is very, very deep. you make the same argument for Brian Williams and Javari Burnett. JJ Finch kind of sucked. I felt like prototype wise, he was a guy that could have really developed in this system. However, he ends up over at Tennessee, and it's no surprise. We all know why that happened, right? But Alabama gets the majority of their guys. They sign, depending on how you look at it, they sign 4 or 5 stars. Obviously, top of the class are guys like Xavier Griffin. We had Xavier and his mom on the show a couple of times after he committed during their little commitment party. They popped on live with us. Great people. You get 5-star cornerback Jordan Edmonds out of Sprayberry High School. Obviously, another big one everybody's excited about, 5-star running back Xavier Crowell. He's had a huge campaign this year. You get 4-star. Some people have him as a 5-star safety, Jaira Edwards, and then 4-star, 5-star. He's a 5-star. Wide receiver, Sedarian Morgan. So a lot of these guys were 5 stars leading up to it. And then, you know, how 247 on 3, they adjust their rankings based off of whatever. Would love to know what the formula is, but really all those guys could be 5 stars. So really, on paper, Bama signs 4 5 stars. Could it be 5 stars? Whatever. Great players. Moving into the 4 stars, they bring in 4-star cornerback out of Gadsden City, Zion Gibson. Now, this one got a little sketchy for those of you over on social media. This Sunday, I believe it was Sunday, got a little sketchy. I think I know what happened here. There was a post that went viral claiming that Coach Mo, Alabama's secondary coach, was going over to Oregon State to follow Coach Shep to be Oregon State's defensive coordinator. It was completely made up, completely fabricated, but it gained a lot of steam. I don't know this for sure, but I think there's a chance that Zion Gibson got a hold of that information. And it's possible because he obviously stand Alabama, jumped at the opportunity to post an Alabama decommit. And so, but anyway, Zion ends up signing with Alabama. Now, one of the jewels, I think, in this class, and is a credit to evaluation, I did a show last night with Clint Lamb over on Cover Crimson on his channel, and we talked a lot about this player, and that's Jet Tamala. Jet Tamala, 4-star quarterback, really was off the radar until Alabama got eyes on him, and then this guy just popped, man, and he has worked his way up. He's the 5th, number 5 quarterback in this class. Number 1 player out of the state of Nebraska. The dude has broken every daggum football record in Nebraska that exists. Tamala, we had him on the show as well a few months ago, and we asked him straight up. We had Jay Will on, who really does a lot of our recruiting stuff in the background. He asked him, hey, why Alabama? He didn't shy away from the tough questions. He said, hey, why is it Alabama? Like, you're going to come in this quarterback room that's this deep with this kind of talent, why? And Tamala said, hey, man, I want to go and compete somewhere that is going to bring out the best in me. And he signed, man. This kid, I think, out of Millard South is he's good, man. He's good. Watching him, I talked to Clint last night. We kind of talked about his development, especially kind of those leveled passes, the layered ones. You've just seen him get much better at that over his senior year. And I think Tamala is going to be a really, really good one. Now, I know that opens the door to what's going to happen with Keelan Russell, what's going to happen with Austin Mack, assuming Ty Simpson goes to the draft, which I think he will, but we could talk about that at a later time. Alabama signs Max Sutter, 4-star tight end. This is another guy that I think once they get him in and get a little bit more size on him, he's a very versatile player for Alabama. Clint talked last night about this guy's ability to be, a catching tight end, as well as be very, very instrumental in blocking. Alabama for the D-line, which is an area of concern for a lot of fans. They go and get Jamarian Matthews. That's a big one. The one I was really excited about and nervous about was Nolan Wilson. Nolan Wilson ends up signing with Alabama. However, Miami made a really strong push for him there towards the end, but Alabama edged out the Hurricanes and Mario Cristobal, and they get Nolan Wilson. Chris Booker, interior offensive lineman. Jared Dowdy. Alabama gets a 3-star defensive lineman that they flipped from Georgia, and Corey Howard. They get the safety, Ryo Kelly. They do get a couple of surprises on signing day and right after. You get 3-star edge Malik Franklin out of Daphne, Alabama. Watch a little bit of tape on him. This is a guy that I think once he gets in the system, works on some fundamental stuff. He's very, very raw. Again, he's a very versatile player. Kamarian Johnson, another edge out of Muscle Shoals, who we're really excited about. Bear Fretwell, Taden Kawa, the quarterback, Zay Hall, and they get a JUCO transfer in Tyrell Miller. Now, Alabama lands themselves a 3-star running back today in Trayshawn Brown out of Huntsville, Texas. And this guy is overall, he's a 3-star. He's rated at 88, number 44 player at his position. But if you go watch this kid on tape, and chat's already been talking about him, I see you guys. We're gonna get to Ryan Williams. Just hold on. It's on there. It's on there. What were we talking about? We were talking about Trayshawn, right? Yeah, Trayshawn Brown. This kid has got some burst, man. He's got some burst. He's 5'10", 190 pounds. Got some burst, and I really do think he's a guy that they could get in and develop, and it could be really, really, really good in this system. Obviously, Alabama's running back room is insanely talented. You can probably expect to lose a guy or two to the portal. Probably same with wide receiver, eventually at quarterback. But it's good to see Alabama go and get this guy. Now, Alabama's, I don't think they're done. I think there's a potential that they can get Bryson Cooley, who's going to sign tomorrow, I believe. There you go, J-Rock. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Bryson Cooley. And, we'll see what happens over the course of time. There's a lot of moving pieces going on. Trenton Henderson over at LSU, who was committed to LSU at one point in time, doesn't look like he's going to sign with them right now. London Duckworth was up in the air for a little bit. He ends up signing with South Carolina today. You've got the whole debacle with Chris Henry between Oregon, Texas, and Ohio State. Just straight madness. A lot of people throwing bags around. But Alabama right now holds the number 4 class in this cycle with, 21 commits, I think, 22? Something like that. I don't know. I'm not 21 signed letters of intent right now. And what's interesting is you look at the number 1 class right now, and that's USC, who has like 35, 36. Courtney Morgan got on live with EA Alabama yesterday, reviewing their National Signing Day at work. And he talked about using their NIL for retention as opposed to recruiting. And I thought it was a great conversation. He explained the buckets of money, how that works. Jay Bake, I know you talk about that a lot in our Waaaay Offsides chat on X. But yeah, very, very interesting stuff. So if you get some time when you're done here, go over there and check that out. All right. So there you have it, man. Alabama signs everybody that basically, we want to get everybody, but look, Clint and I kind of breaking down this class last night, we kept using 2 of the same words, and it was length and versatility. And you could kind of see the light bulbs go off while we were recording. And it basically, that obviously was the name of the game. And then Kalen DeBoer comes out talking about the class at the end of the day, and he says they were looking for length and size, length and girth, if you will. Sorry. I had to. But talked about length and size, but you're getting a lot of versatility out of this class, and that is what Alabama wants. That's what they did with their class last year. And again, man, I think as we get further into this thing, further into this Kalen DeBoer era, and Alabama comes out of the upside down, if you will, a little Stranger Things reference for you, comes out of the upside down of trying to be who it was in the past versus moving towards who it's going to be in the future. I think things will look a lot better, a lot smoother, especially on the offensive side of the ball. And these recruits, man, we've already seen the evaluation, their ability to evaluate these guys is top notch. We've already seen that play out this year with some of these true freshmen that have gotten in. Michael Carroll's looked good. London Simmons has looked good. Dijon Lee Jr.'s looked good. Might get to see some more of London Simmons this weekend because we're going to talk about some injuries for the Georgia game coming up. But yeah, man, Alabama absolutely does what they need to do. They go quality over quantity, and they sign a great class. You felt some tension, Lance. What do you mean? Explain yourself, sir. I was kind of creeping on Clint. I don't know what you mean by that, man. I don't know what that means, sir. I'm not in the mood for your shenanigans tonight, Lance, okay? I've had a day. All right? That's all I'm going to say. I'm just kidding. Need you guys to chill out in the chat here just a little bit, okay? This is a family show. Are you guys that far behind what I'm saying? That's crazy. All right. Anyway, let's move forward. We always like to talk rumors and stuff like this. And I want to, just before we move into this, happy we got the recruiting stuff out of the way before Jeff jumps on, because he hates talking about recruiting, which is crazy. I don't know why you're an Alabama fan. You don't like talking recruiting, but whatever. What do I know? But let's talk about these Ryan Williams rumors. Guys, you're going to see a lot of this over the next few weeks. Now, I will be I will be straight up honest with you. I have zero inside knowledge here, but the talk is that Ryan Williams is going to transfer, but everybody thinks he's going to transfer to them, right? And of course, we went through this last year after the season was over. Everybody thought Ryan Williams was going to transfer to them. LSU fans thought so. Ohio State fans, Auburn fans thought so. I'll tell you this, man. Look at homeboy's forearm, dude. That's all I'm going to say. Look at his forearm. That's all you need to know. There's going to be a lot of rumors about a lot of guys like that. I've seen folks saying that Lane Kiffin's going to try to go after Keelan Russell. Seen them saying they're going to go after Ryan Williams. That's just the nature of college football right now. LSU is going to be the hot topic because of the controversy surrounding Lane Kiffin and him getting there. He's that hot flavor of the month, coach. But personally, just me, now I'm not an 18-year-old who's making a life decision, but I look, at stability. If I got to look between Ohio State and LSU right now, Ryan Day versus Lane Kiffin, because of everything that's gone on in the press, I'm going to go with Ryan Day just because I know there's stability there at that level. And when I say stability, I'm not talking about coaches leaving and going. I'm talking about mental stability. And so that's all I'm going to say. I wouldn't worry about that. You're going to hear a lot of this kind of stuff, man. And Alabama's going to lose some dudes when that portal opens. I think the portal, Mr. Portal, opens for business, January 2nd. I'm sure he'll be back to have a conversation with everybody. It's going to happen, man. Alabama's going to lose some dudes. I wouldn't be surprised if they lose a DB or two, wide receiver. I would imagine that there's the potential that there'll be a guy or two that will head over to Oregon State with Coach Shep. Why would they not? Especially if they're not going to get significant playing time. And then the running back position. And so, but the thing is, again, this is kind of why I put this here, is listening to Courtney Morgan yesterday discuss their NIL and how, he went to depth in it, more depth than he needed to, about how Alabama uses their NIL. He said, I want to pay guys who are playing on Saturday as opposed to paying high schoolers. And it makes perfect sense. It absolutely makes perfect sense. Like, I get it. Ryan Williams has had a down year, right? It hasn't been the year that everybody expected. I did a video back in July saying I expected him to have a down year this year. It's very often that wide receivers have a down year in their sophomore year, and Alabama's going to target more of Jeremy Bernard and Isaiah Horton. They did. Bama keeps trying to play Williams in the slot. It's not working. At some point in time, they got to adjust. But however, Ryan Williams is going to get paid at Alabama. And he's going to get paid what he's worth, and they'll spend the NIL money to retain him. He's a big name. He's been on the cover of video games, all this stuff. I know some people are angry at him right now for whatever reason. He's a kid. It's going to be fine, man. It's going to be fine. So, yeah, we are going to lose some running backs, definitely, in the transfer portal. Draylon Green, Jam's gone. Or Draylon Washington. Sorry. I was thinking Draymond Green. Sorry, everybody. Jam Miller's gone. You could lose Richard Young. That's one that I would watch. But, you're going to bring in Xavier Crowell. You've got A.K. Deer, who I think, and we'll talk about this a little more in the Bama Georgia talk. I think you're going to see a little bit more of A.K. Deer in the Georgia game. And then obviously Daniel Hill. They'll be fine, man. There you go, Tobias. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, man. I really wouldn't. So, but watching an old Godzilla movie. I agree. Yeah, dude. People all do forget how, I mean, he's young, dude. I don't want to make excuses for him because for the amount of attention and NIL that he demands, you do expect a certain level of performance. We're not talking about a kid who's just on scholarship. We're talking about a kid who's making a living at Alabama. So there has to be some level of accountability, but we have to keep it in perspective, man. He is very, very young. And I think if there's a chance for him to kind of blow back up and remind the country who he is, it's probably this weekend. So let's see what you're saying. Sorry, reading the chat, guys. Yeah, let's talk some injuries. We'll go ahead and start talking the injuries while we wait on Jeff. He needs to hurry up. But you guys like my little graphic I made? I thought that was cool. Little retro throwback. Yeah, so Alabama will be without a couple of defensive players. One of them's not a starter for the Georgia rematch in the SEC championship. The biggest one being LT Overton. Coach DeBoer came out today and pretty much said, "Hey, look." Yeah, Tim, we already talked about that at the beginning, Tim. Absolutely. Coach DeBoer came out and said that they're both dealing with illnesses. He didn't specify it, but in the latest depth chart, both LT Overton and Kelby Collins are on that list. So we all know LT Overton had a pretty big game in their first matchup. It's going to be an opportunity for somebody to step up big time here. That's just absolutely going to have to. But I think in this one, I mean, what do you do? You know, look, Alabama's not the only team that's dinged up going into this game. Georgia's pretty banged up too. Alabama's got a lot more guys that are out. I don't think you're going to see Jam Miller play in this one. I know a lot of people could be speculating that I'm wrong there, and maybe I am, but I just don't know that Jam Miller is going to be healthy enough. I would love to get the Jam Miller that played for 3 quarters against Auburn in this game. However, I just don't know, man. He's, like I said, he's just been so banged up. I just don't know if he's going to play. Josh Cuevas is definitely going to be out. Bama's got a lot of guys that are out for this one, which stinks. But because Alabama moved up in the college football playoff poll, they're not in a must-win situation anymore. They have to be competitive, right? But they don't have to absolutely win the game. Sorry, guys. I have to change this graphic. I can't deal with that over the middle of the screen. It's driving me nuts. Everybody got to see it. Looks cool. Fantastic. There we go. Much better. All right. Sorry. It was driving me absolutely nuts. Anyhow. All right. So what are we saying in the chat? What are we saying in the chat? It's the Street Fighter logo. There you go. Yeah, it was. I had to take it off though, man. It's driving me crazy. Tobias. Oh, Randy, what's up, man? Randy, those dogs are a little banged up too, aren't they, buddy? It's both teams, man. They're both beat up pretty good. No, you're fine, Tim. No worries, man. Absolutely no worries. These are Mortal Kombat. Yeah. Georgia has a more key injury than Bama. Their starting center is out. Yeah, sure. I mean, that's definitely a big deal. Considering I think Alabama's pass rush has gotten better over the season. Not saying that they're elite because they're not, but yeah, I mean, any kind of starting offensive lineman in this game is definitely going to be important. But keep in mind, I mean, Alabama's has been dinged up too. It absolutely has. In fact, I'm going to bring up this report from Charlie Potter here so we can look at it and make sure you have the most up-to-date information. All right, looking at Bama out so far, you've got Cameron Howard. Okay. Kelby Collins, obviously Latham's out. Drake Kirkpatrick Jr. still out due to whatever happened there. Kevin Riley, Mal Waldrop, Jeremiah Beeman, of course, and then LT Overton. Cam Dewberry is on that list, right? Jam Miller's on the list, Danny Lewis Jr., Josh Cuevas. Now, what bothers me about that is, let's start with the running backs, right? You started to see a little bit of wiggle and a little bit of what we expected Jam Miller to be in the Iron Bowl. I don't know what changed. I'll be honest. I don't know. Maybe he was just feeling better. He's had a very rough season when it comes to injuries. But you started to see a little bit more of what we expected Jam Miller to be. He was running better, seeing holes better, just looked like a more complete running back. Now, all of a sudden, you don't know if he's going to play. I don't know if Daniel Hill has that same wiggle. All right. So what's the answer, guys? If Daniel Hill's not got it, Kevin Riley's definitely out. Do they turn to Dre Washington? Do they turn to Richard Young? I think you turn to AK Deer, don't you? Yeah, we are, Lance. We're gonna see a lot of Keeley, dude. One of them. Let's see what happens, man. It was Tim. Yeah, it absolutely was. We talked about that a little bit earlier. Yeah, we talked about how he described the financial buckets, and it was, yeah, man, it was a great breakdown. If you have not watched that over on the Yay Alabama's channel, go check it out. Lance, that's fine. Why? Because of experience? Explain yourself. We're just going to talk back and forth for a little bit. Waiting on Jeff. I feel like I'm drowning over here by myself. I'm not used to talking to you guys by myself. You guys make me nervous. It's Lance, because I know Lance is going to say something crazy. Was he not wearing it? I didn't notice, J-Bait. You're probably right. Yeah, but so you're looking at having, I'll just say, an emerging running back, because he was definitely emerging into what he was supposed to be. Jam Miller likely not going to play. I'll be shocked if Jam Miller plays in this game. And then, the wide receiving core has been banged up too. Jeremy Bernard's been banged up this year. Latsier Brooks, I don't know if there's something going on with them. We don't know really what's going on with Ryan Williams. There's rumors out there that he's banged up. And then you lose that third, fourth down security blanket in Josh Cuevas. We're going to need a tight end to step up big time in this game. But I'm not going to try to pronounce his name on the show, Tim, but I know who you're talking about. And so I don't want to try. I'm not making that mistake, man. That is YouTube suicide. So is saying the word suicide. But anyway, we'll talk more about Bama, Georgia. So I worry about this offense. I do. There it is. Thank you, J-Bait. I worry about this offense in this game. Now, Ty's going to have some time. I don't want to take anything away from Georgia. Georgia's a very, very good defense, but if there's one area where Georgia defensively has not been great this year, it's pressuring quarterbacks. They've gotten, just like Alabama, they've gotten better as the season's gone on, but it just really hasn't popped for them at all. They didn't do a great job of it against Alabama in Athens the first go around. And I think we all know that if you sit back there and you give Ty Simpson some time, he'll find the open guy. Now, lately in the past couple of weeks, is he going to overthrow the open guy? He might. Who knows? We'll see. But it helps when you've got that big guy like Josh Cuevas that he can check down to. Jam Miller is really important coming out of the backfield. You had that one missed wheel route against Auburn, man, that, you'd love to see that play pop against Georgia again at some point in time. Georgia's going to, like Lance said, they're going to stop the run. Not that Alabama was going to be able to run the ball, I don't think. Anyway, I was shocked they ran it as well as they did against Auburn. But they're going to make Alabama one-dimensional, and it's going to fall on Ty Simpson. Now, if all of his weapons, are banged up or are injured, realistically, what can he do? Is he going to be able to do more with his feet in this game? These are all questions that I ask myself, and I'm not trying to deter anybody from thinking Alabama can win this game. They absolutely can. I just worry about how healthy this team is. They've been so banged up, and it started before the season even started. And I'm kind of wondering if you kind of just take it easy here. If you win, that's great. Keep it competitive. But if the goal is don't hurt anybody else so that you can actually try to make some noise in the playoff. I know that's not the attitude a lot of people are used to hearing or they want to hear. But, man, this team is just so beat up, man. And it bothers me. Cat, I've heard he's banged up a little bit too, to be honest with you. And Keith, yes, you Kirby Smart is going to bring pressure. They're going to look and see that Alabama's line has been sketchy here or there all season long. They're going to try to get exotic with it. They're going to have to get some pressure. Ty Simpson is going to have to throw against the blitz all day long. Really? I didn't see that, Randy. Hold on. I want to look at that really quick. Yeah, that's questionable. Man, I didn't realize. Huh. That's crazy. Zachariah is fine though, right? He's the one that scares me the most. That kid's gotten better, Randy, as Georgia's played all year. Branch has really started to kind of, the wide receiving branch, brother, has really started to kind of live up to the expectation. So there's a philosophy of people out there who agree with you. I'm close. And I know, again, man, I know Kirby Smart talked about it today. He said around here they hang banners and you know, stuff like that for that game. And so it means something. I get that. It does. I just, man, it's just another SEC game. It's basically, you know, it's another SEC game. We know how physical those games are. We know that Georgia and Alabama are two very physical teams, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And, you know, you have to wonder, like, Kirby Smart and Kalen DeBoer sitting there going, man, we got to play each other again before the playoffs. You know, we're already both banged up pretty good. Yeah, it's at least got to be a concern. You know what I mean? So J-Bait got excited. He thought it was Zach. I think they did get banged up. There's rumors out there that Ty's banged up. I mean, and a lot of it's unsubstantiated. A lot of it is just people on X and things talking. Well, I think this, I think that. It kind of gets taken for at face value. But what we do know is that both teams do have a lot of guys banged up. We'll go ahead and look at it really quick. Since Randy's in the chat, he can kind of help with the Georgia side of things. You know, Georgia's going to be without wide receiver Colby Young. I'm just reading this straight from the Thursday report. They're going to be without tight end Ethan Barber, running back Bo Walker, DB Kyron Jones. They're going to be without Jordan Hall, defensive lineman. They're going to be without Drew Bobo. And then questionable Zion Branch. Now, Alabama, we read off theirs. Alabama's got a bunch of guys out. They've had a lot of guys out all year. But it just seems like every week, man, there's just a new name. And a lot of times it's just kind of a surprise this week. The surprise was LT Overton. You'll remember LT Overton is the one that had that big stop on fourth down, Cash Jones in the first matchup there in Athens. And so he's been coming on strong. He had a really good game at Auburn. But to everybody, like they said, you're going to see a lot of Justin Renaud. You're going to see a lot of Keon Keeley. So, yeah, they got to figure it out, man. Here's the thing with that, Eric, is Bama's playoff spot is safe unless they get blown out in this game. If Alabama gets, this is why I keep adding the word competitive when I talk about it. If Alabama gets blown out in this game, people will talk and the media will start yapping, and there will be the potential that Bama could get left out. You know, you've got Notre Dame sitting right back there. I don't think BYU gets in if they lose to Tech. And so, but yeah, so you want this to be a competitive football game no matter what. And I think it will be. But right now, man, it's just going to be brick wall versus brick wall. I've done comparisons all week looking at these defenses. It's interesting because Georgia runs the ball well, right? Alabama and Georgia both defend the run well. Alabama throws the ball well. They throw the ball better than Georgia. Not to say that Georgia doesn't throw the ball well. Alabama's got like a top 7, top 8 secondary in the country. So it's just, man, both of these teams, it seems like what the one team is good at offensively, the other team is good at stopping defensively. So it's just going to be very, very interesting to see. It's going to come down to, in my eyes, to quarterback play and pass rush. If we go out and we watch Alabama's D-line or however they create pressure, whether they do it with linebackers, if we watch them come into this game and consistently get pressure on Gunnar Stockton, I'm gonna feel better about Alabama finishing off with the W here. Now, the other side of that is you can stop their offense all day long, but if you're not scoring points either, you're not winning, right? So can Alabama and Ty Simpson put together some drives? You know, you've got Isaiah Horton, who's going to be great in the red zone. The trick is getting in the red zone with him. You know, is Alabama going to start off fast? That's what they've done the past couple of years to Georgia. They've started off very, very fast, gotten on top of them. Alabama didn't score in the second half in Athens, I don't think, or they scored a field goal. I can't remember. So are they going to do that again? You know, Georgia's a second half team. They make great adjustments. I don't think there's anybody in the country better at adjusting in the second half than a Kirby Smart-led team. So is Bama going to be able to, you know, score enough to keep the pressure on Georgia to stay in front? You know, so there's a lot of little things like that, variables that make it really, really hard to pick, you know. And then you're talking about this being an in-season rematch between the two teams. I guess you could have made that argument when they played in the regular season that it's technically a rematch. You know, there's a lot of Bama folks that didn't think Alabama was going to go into Athens and beat Georgia this year, and they do. I don't know. I'll tell you this much. I will, as long as the game is competitive, I will sit back and just enjoy it for what it is. And it is two very physical, very good football teams going head to head in a classic matchup that the rest of the country, 9 million people, are going to view and watch as well. And the majority of them are going to watch while their team is either not playing in the postseason or playing in some meaningless bowl game. So I'm happy with it either way, again, as long as it's competitive, because Eric, I think that there always is the potential, if, you know, Bama were to lose by 17-21 in this game, there's a potential that the noise could impact the playoff committee. And I don't have faith in the playoff committee to do anything that makes logical sense here. They made the right decision by putting Alabama back at 9. We're going to talk about that. In fact, we'll go ahead and move to that. They made the logical decision by moving Alabama up to 9. That's where Alabama should have been in the first place after the Oklahoma loss. But the reasoning was because Kalen DeBoer called that touchdown play on 4th and 2. So now play calling is part of the criteria that could get you moved up or moved down in the college football playoff. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's ludicrous. I don't know, man. It's really frustrating. So, you know, maybe you're probably right, Randy. I was being modest, man. I was being modest. I also kind of forgot that it's a conference championship and there's not going to be other competition on. So yeah, you're probably spot on. Which, by the way, guys, look, I know you guys are Bama fans, but I will say Randy's channel. Randy, I'm going to bring you up here. This is Randy saying hi to Kat. Randy's a good dude, man. Very, very knowledgeable. Obviously, he's also, obviously big dog fan, big dog supporter. It's what his podcast is mainly about. But if you're looking for somebody outside of the Bama sphere to talk college football with, this guy is your guy. He's realistic, he's logical, which is hard to find these days. He'll tell you straight up. We should have got Randy on tonight. I don't know why we didn't. It's just been a weird week, but I'm sure Randy would tell you right now, like, this is going to be a good, competitive, smart. Of course, it's going to pick Georgia, but this is going to be a good, competitive game because, Randy's just one of those dog fans that he has a lot of respect for Alabama. He understands that there are Alabama fans out there who have a lot of respect for Georgia. So, yeah, Randy, you can put the link in the chat, man, to your channel if you want, dude. Please do, actually. Yeah, man. Yeah. He wore a new hoodie. We're dropping him to 10. That's good stuff. Oh, man. You guys tripped me out. Oh, all right. Let's take a little bit of a break and do some self-promoting. Look, hey, there's 150 of you watching, 156. It's a little slow tonight. Don't know why. That's okay, man. If you're watching, I know on YouTube, about 70% of you that watch these videos after the fact aren't subscribed. do me a favor. Go ahead. You can ask the chat. Tell them. It'll be the best decision you make all year. Christmas is coming. Give yourself an early Christmas present by going ahead and subscribing to the channel. You can do that. Let me know you subscribe when you do. Leave a big roll tide. We'll pop you up on the screen if you're not already subscribed, so everybody can give you a big thumbs up because they love you and become part of the Waaaay Offsides family today. Yeah. You're probably right. They don't like me, man. They like Jeff for some reason. They really like Bill, J Rock. I don't know why. Like, everybody loves Bill. I think it's because he goes on these tangents and just talks about stuff that happened 150 years ago. So yeah, Keith, absolutely. Doesn't cost anything. It's free for you and it helps keep the channel free. Now, if you're a baller like Harbor and Raj, you can also become a Waaaay Offsides member. You can use that because oh my gosh. You can also use that link I just put in the chat there to join up and become a Waaaay Offsides official member today. That helps keep the channel running. And we appreciate all of our Waaaay Offsides members so much so you all deserve a fabulous round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. So, all right, let's go back. I don't know, man. That's a great question. You tell me. I'm the one that does all the work. Jeff's not even here tonight. He told me he was going to be 30 minutes late. We're 42 minutes into this thing. He's nowhere to be found. I'm the one posting shorts, making videos. Should I fire them all? Maybe I should just fire every single one of them. What do you think? What do you think? Then they're like, well, I didn't know you were going to jump on a lot and do a recording with Clint. Well, you don't need to know. You don't need to know. You know why? Because here I am on a Thursday night in my closet under the stairs, live in front of 144 people by myself, trying to talk about anything I can to get this video to an hour. You guys are about to crack up. Give me a thumbs up when you're good.
What did I walk into here?
Dude, I'm not even going to tell you, man. You got to go back and watch it. Let me get...
I said somebody asked if I was doing my hair. Yes, I was.
Look, I said, look, there's only 150 people in here tonight. I don't know what happened. And somebody in the chat was like, well, it's because it's just you. I was like, yeah, Jeff's not here. Everybody loves Jeff. And then somebody was like, how are you not the favorite? And I was like, I went on a tangent, man. I was like, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. I'm here by myself. I'm doing all these videos. I said, Jeff told me he's going to be 30 minutes late. We're 42 minutes into this thing. He hasn't even shown up. And then boom, you pop in the background. I was just cracking up. It's great.
Yeah. Tobias is right, man. Old man Jeff about to.
We did the recruiting stuff. I was like, we're going to get this out of the way. Jeff hates talking recruiting, so we're just going to knock this out. So it wasn't. I promise. Kat said it was timed. We did not practice that. That was just perfect timing.
Well timed. Indeed.
That was great, man. I was just going on a rant so that if Jeff didn't show up, he could watch it later and just be like, what is he talking about? All right, let's go back, Jeff.
Powder.
We've already.
Jeez.
Oh, did somebody call you Powder?
Yeah.
I forgot
Who
about
was that? Let me see who that was. J-Rock City. Why did Google start putting everybody's handle up there instead of just their name?
I don't know. It's weird.
That just started happening. Randy in the house, I see.
He is. Jeff, do you want to see the coolest graphic I've ever made on our channel? We can't use it because of where it is, but I'm going to at least show it to you. Check this out.
Not bad.
You like that?
I do like that.
Thanks, ChatGPT.
Yeah.
All righty.
Yeah, Tim Brando's taking some heat on Twitter.
He should, dude.
Yeah, he definitely
They're just
should.
Perpetuating the Kalen DeBoer to Penn State rumors, and then when Kalen DeBoer himself puts it to bed, he wouldn't say it if it was true. Blah, blah. Man,
he's an idiot,
up, dude. Shut up. You guys don't engage with him. That's the thing, is he's rage baiting you.
Yeah,
He's rage
it's
baiting
working
you
with
for
a lot
engagement.
of us too.
Yeah. Look, also the Penn State thing I posted yesterday. Obviously, I know what Penn State did. I know what happened at Penn State. My engagement was a little low, so I just posted something stupid to get people to retweet it, and it worked. So thanks, everyone.
Yeah, the whole Jimmy Sexton shoving Penn State in the dirt is pretty funny. Not funny, but I mean
they did.
He's got too much power if he can do that. If he can literally dictate the coaching search of a Big Ten school.
Well, he's basically got a monopoly on it, dude. But I mean, Penn State, dude. Let's be honest though. How desirable is that? James Franklin had them in the playoff last year, and then they just fired him, dude. Like that. Yeah, everybody wants to talk about how the expectations for Kalen DeBoer and Tuscaloosa are too much and too high. Yeah. Look at what Penn State just did to James Franklin. You think he wants to go there? Like, dude, use your head. Like, seriously, the writing's on the wall, man. So, just it's ridiculous. It's not a desirable job at all, Tyler. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Let me ask y'all this. Let me ask the chat this. I saw Randy in the chat too.
Ask away.
Randy, Roll Tide. So, if I don't think we're a lock if we lose this game. A lot of people think we're in regardless of the outcome of this game. I'm not one of those people. Okay. But let's say hypothetically we knew that the outcome of this game is meaningless and we're dropping players like flies. So do we sit the ones this weekend?
We
get ready for playoffs? Have you already talked about this?
A little bit. I hinted at it. I couldn't do both and read the chat all at the same time. So it's okay. We can revisit the conversation.
But I mean, if we were guaranteed a lock, I would say sit them all, play all treat it like a scrimmage.
Here's my thing. And this is what I said earlier. I agree with you if Alabama's not competitive in this game. I think if Alabama gets blown out in this game, the committee, because it's all over the place, can come up with some kind of, they're catching a lot of heat for how they handled Notre Dame, Alabama, right? They handled it incorrectly in the first place. They tried to fix it this week. It just looks fishy. So they're catching a lot of heat for that. Well, if Alabama goes and gets beat by 21 points, they have all the reason they need to go ahead and bump Notre Dame back up and put Alabama back on the bubble. Mm-hmm. So, no, I don't think you can. But I don't think you can because this game needs to be competitive for Bama to remain a lock. I think if Bama loses by 14 or less, they're getting in. That's just me.
I mean, they should. They are regardless. This game should have no impact on whether they get in the playoffs or not.
Yeah, I agree. I just don't. I don't have faith in the committee to do that. They already made it a point during the reveal Tuesday night to say that they're going to wait and see what impact championship weekend has on positioning and stuff. Like, okay. All right, they're just opening the door to do something dramatic, and the only dramatic thing that I could see happening would be to drop Alabama out.
I mean, they're looking for any reason to. I mean, they're still bringing up Florida State. God dang, that was stupid Florida State game. That freaking Florida State game, useless pieces of junk. And then they go out and go 5-7, a bunch of duds. Hope he gets fired too.
We're like, see, they're a really good team.
Crap canned immediately. BS.
So I heard that
Lane winds up working at Waffle House.
I heard Lane Kiffin was actually very, very interested in that position.
No, he wasn't.
And then once
Jimmy Sexton wants you to believe that, then he parlayed that into 8 extensions for 8 of his clients and Lane into a $100 million LSU deal. That's how close Florida State was.
He bought Norvell another year.
Same thing with when Saban got fired. Hey, they called Norvell extension. And he's, what is he, like 5-20 since he signed that extension?
Yeah.
Or 7-20 since he signed it?
Explain yourself. You can't just do that. I get it. ... You got to tell us what's up. What are you thinking?
What about?
Yeah.
Randy said he turned down the Penn State job this afternoon.
I think everybody's turned it down at the. It's looking like Matt Campbell's the favorite again, but we'll see.
It's like that scene in Major League when they call him and ask him if he wants to manage the Indians, and he's like, I don't know. I got a guy on the line about some white walls. I'll talk to you later.
I'll pass.
It's like, what do you mean? It's a chance to manage in the big leagues.
People read the writing on the wall, and then I think you're right, Jeff. Who was it that said that originally? Because I think they're spot on, man. I think Sexton is playing Penn State like a fiddle right now because of what they did to James
Todd
Franklin.
McShay in that clip I sent y'all earlier.
Yeah,
where
yeah,
I
that's
first
right.
heard
It
that,
was
where
Todd
he was
McShay.
like, they pissed off Sexton how they cut Franklin loose, and he's choking him out.
Yeah.
They have like
Absolutely.
2 recruits and no coaching staff. Signing day was yesterday.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, man. I actually kind of felt bad for him, man. I'm not gonna lie,
awful
dude.
for him, man. I got blood went to Penn State, so it's like, dang, man.
Dude, they were like 146th in the recruiting rankings yesterday.
They had 2 commitments.
Wow. I think they're still there. I don't think they
No
moved up
staff.
at all. So
Come on now. That alone should be a reason why there needs to be some type of structure happening here where the coaches can't do this until everything can't happen until after the playoffs. That needs to be the
dead last in the rankings.
But the problem is, what about all the teams that don't make the playoffs that get all these head starts? There's got to be something like a dead period until the playoff or something to prevent
What up,
this from
Steven?
happening. What's up, Steven?
Yeah, this is a good one, man. You need to go back and watch the whole thing. Jeff, let's go back and talk a little Georgia since you're in here and kind of get your take on the game. I gave mine. Obviously, injuries is a big deal here. You got LT Overton out. Kelby Collins is out. We don't know exactly why. Could be herpes, could be the flu, could be,
Hope
AIDS. Who knows? They're not trying to start any
extreme.
rumors, just trying to be funny.
Could have just
but
said he
they
was
have
sick.
They have an undisclosed illness that is bad enough to where on Thursday, Kalen DeVore knows they're both not going to play Saturday. So it's obviously something that a penicillin shot can't fix. But they're not the only ones. I don't think Jam Miller's going to play this weekend. Josh Cuevas is not going to play this weekend.
Sorry. Cat got me with that post there.
You're fine. Cam Dewberry is questionable.
So
what should
is
take-
Brailsford still in the GIMP?
I think everybody is.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
really do.
Why play this game? Why risk it?
Yeah, I'm surprised they're just like, no, we're good, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, let Austin Mack start this game and hand the ball off to Richard Young.
Yeah, dude, it would be hilarious if Kalen DeBoer and Kirby Smart both trot out their second team offense and defense and are just
I
like,
bet Kirby thinks about it after it cost him his quarterback last year.
yeah,
I bet he thinks
everybody
about
just take a break and relax,
I
man.
bet he's like, why are we even in this game again?
Tyler, yeah, I get it, man. I was on that train too. I felt like if Alabama went and beat Georgia, they'd get a bye week. I think at the highest they would go to number 5. So probably wouldn't get it, man.
It sounds insane. Beat Georgia twice, win the SEC, highest you can get is 5.
Well, don't turn the ball over 3 times at Oklahoma or against Oklahoma at home, and we're not having this conversation. So
true. But everybody's allowed to slip, and we had 2 instead of just 1.
now it'd be crazy, but I think overall, we talked about just the teams in general. They're very, very similar. Both have very similar defenses. The one advantage I see for Alabama is in the passing game. They're a better throwing team. They've gotten better defensively. So has Georgia. Neither team is the same defense that they were back when they played the first time. I think Alabama's got a better pass rush. And that leaves me, and I'm taking my bias out of this, that leads me to think that Alabama has a better shot at this one, just because I really do think it's going to come down to pressuring quarterbacks and overall quarterback performance. Gunnar Stockton, when he needs to be on, he's on. But from what I saw of him against Georgia Tech, if Bama is able to create any kind of pressure, it makes me nervous. Now, you can say the same thing about Alabama. Ty didn't exactly light it up against Auburn in the Iron Bowl, but we're looking at familiar opponents. But then you have to factor in the fact that this is Kirby Smart, who's very good at adjusting. I feel like it's just a pick 'em. You could just, either team could win this game. Maybe a turnover changes the trajectory of this game. A missed field goal potentially. Looking at you, Connor Talty, we need you to be on your A game. Interception, I don't know, man. I just feel like it's got to be really clean quarterback. Whichever quarterback plays the cleanest is going to win this game.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm saying this. I think Georgia has a slight advantage because of Ryan. He's been awful calling plays in the last I don't know month. You could say. He's almost sabotaging his own game plan every week. It's like we're doing stuff good, and then he sabotages himself with his double reverse, triple fake flea flicker pass that gets sack, or or something. It's like something dumb. It's like just stop overcomplicating it. When Ty gets up to the line and has to check 36 times in a loud road environment, and every snap is down 3, 2, 1, because every single time you're going to the line, you have 9 plays to check from. It's like it's enough. And he does all this checking and gets sacked, or he does all this checking and gets a 1-yard completion. All this checking, 2-yard handoff up the middle, 2-yard loss. And it's like, just simplify it down. Like, give him A or B. If you see this, A. If you don't, B. It's like it's almost like we're overcomplicating it. And it feels like Auburn was bang, bang, bang. They were snapping the ball. They were moving, and then we get the ball 8 yards, and then we get to the line, and it's check, 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 check. They can't hear me. Oh crap! 3, 2, 1. Crap! Timeout. First quarter, 2 timeouts down the drain. I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, stop.
I don't know, but I thought you were legitimately Ty Simpson for a second there.
That's what he looks like, and you can't. And obviously, nobody can hear because it's in Jordan Hare at night, and it's deafening in there. And it's like, let's send him out there with 9 different checks. Go.
Yeah. I think obviously the whole fan base agrees with you. Ryan Grubb has a tendency to get cute. You're 17 points up on Auburn.
Kill him off.
You run that goofy reverse that just completely changed the trajectory of that game.
Wiped out all of them. He just killed it all.
Yeah. He's done that
a
couple of times. But Lance brought up a good point. And Jeff, I've been hollering about this for a couple of weeks now. I would like to see Alabama come out with some speed, with some urgency and go fast. I don't think they need to do it an entire game. I think they need to do it to where they can put somebody away comfortably. They haven't been able to do that. And I would love to see that come out, go quick, score some points. Go. Kalen DeBoer said it. Hey, they asked him about that 4th and 2. He said, a part of that is just trusting your defense, right? You trust your defense, man. Let your offense go out there. If they don't score, let your defense get the ball back for you. Yeah, and turn it loose. Put some urgency under Ty Simpson.
He won't take the kill shot. 17-0. Up the middle, lost punt.
Well, dude, some of it
Tennessee, pick 6 going into half. Place is nuts. We come out first play, first possession, up the middle, sack, punt. And I'm like, what are we doing? Stop. Go for the kill shot, man.
Some of it is that the kill shot's not there because he's playing under constant pressure.
I'm just 2 handoffs up the middle with Jam Miller is not being aggressive. It's saying, well, we don't want to turn the ball over here, so we're just going to do a couple of safe runs up the middle, and then we'll punt it away and trust the defense. It's like, attack, blood in the water, attack, like go for the throat, try, jam up the middle twice isn't, where they're back on their heels, isn't throwing a haymaker.
Well, I'm hoping that they learn their lesson playing Georgia the first time. Like, Georgia is the Michael Myers of college football. Like,
I was just about to say this.
You get up on Georgia 27, 28-0 early in the game. That doesn't always mean anything. We've seen that 2 years in a row from Alabama. They get up big on Georgia. Georgia goes back. If they hit the one guy that was running wide open that drops the ball, or Gunnar Stockton picks up the first down there, Alabama could easily have lost that football game because they took their foot off the gas. They've got to kill shot. They've got to put it away. Now, Tobias and Jeff, I feel like Ty Simpson can't do that because he can't throw the deep ball. He's not been accurate with it. I think dude, and I always say this about quarterbacks. I said it about Milroe. If they hit a couple, man, if they can just hit a couple, it's almost like it just builds the confidence. It builds the timing. But here we are in the SEC championship game, and it just hasn't been there for Alabama. And I guarantee you, Georgia knows that.
Ty just can't. He's missed every open, like the shot against Auburn he could crawl in touchdown, and he overthrew him by 3 yards again, like deja vu with that Oklahoma game, same exact thing. And it's like, stop throwing missiles, put arc under it, let the receiver do the work, throw it up there and let the receiver run up under it. That's why Tom Brady was so good that year they almost went undefeated with Randy Moss. He was just chucking it as far as he could and as high as he could, and Randy Moss would just run up under it.
Yeah. Hey, that dude, a lot of people that that wheel route that we talked about earlier, chat.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Jam wasn't ready for that. That's why, because Simpson just threw a straight.
Well, and I also think Jam may have thought, oh, he's easily going to run for a first down here. And once again, Ty gives up a gimme first down for an incomplete pass.
Hey, he picked up a couple with his feet, man. Got to give him some credit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But every time it's there, take it. I don't care if there's a bigger play down there. Take the first down every time.
Caleb, we'll go really quick back to recruiting. If it becomes a bidding war with LSU, no. If he wants to be at Bama and that's where he wants to play, then yeah. Alabama's not going to bid. They're not going to try to outbid anybody. Courtney Morgan made that very clear that Alabama's more interested in paying the guys that are playing on Saturday as opposed to paying guys who are still in high school. Those his words, not mine. They're not going to get in a bidding war over an offensive lineman. So we'll see. But
all right, back to the Georgia.
But
game.
I think
so. Yes, Lance, you're right. Up and over. Brady made a career out of it. Up and over.
Yeah.
It's key. Yeah. So, but if we had a couple of those deep shots, it changes everything. No, look how good the offense looked when early in the Auburn game when Jam was running the ball well. It changed everything. Like everything opened up.
Sure.
Crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. You're 100% right. I don't know if Alabama's going to have that kind of success on the ground. I think Auburn is a better run defense than Georgia, if I remember correctly.
Right,
I'll look it up really quick.
No, it was kind of like Georgia. Recruit back into Georgia.
Well, trying to like talk to everybody and answer questions, and people are all
threw me off for a second.
In the chat. Sorry,
I'm with you though, Cotton. I'm
sorry, sir. Hold on, I'm looking this up. I can't remember off the top of my head, so I want to look up rushing defense. So Georgia will be the second best rush defense that Alabama has played all year. Oklahoma being the best one. Now, Auburn was 12th in the country. They're only allowing 100 yards per game. Georgia only allows 86 per game.
They're tough. No, Lewis. Roll Tide, Lewis. Sorry.
This is
a message to our Georgia friend, Lewis.
It's okay. Come on, Lewis. What are you doing? We love you, Lewis.
Love you, Lewis.
Just a little bit. So, I mean, you have to go into this assuming Alabama's not going to be able to run the ball. Mm-hmm. This is why I keep saying it's going to come down to pass rush. I think it'll be a lot like the first time. Georgia will probably pop a couple of big ones, but they're not going to be able to run the ball consistently either. Both teams are probably going to be stubborn about it for a little bit. And then it's going to come down to the quarterbacks.
Completely agree.
Quarterbacks.
I completely agree. And there are two good quarterbacks that if the game comes down to either one of those guys, those are two good quarterbacks to rest your season on.
No, Cat. Nobody is all good right now. Everybody's banged up a little bit. So
everybody's beat up.
Everybody's banged up a little bit. All these dog fans. Randy must have shared on his channel. We got all these dog fans in here. What are you guys
We love
doing?
The dogs.
We love the fans. We love the fans.
Yeah, we love the fans.
But yeah, I mean, look, again, just kind of looking at it, and you guys know me. I'm a numbers guy. I like to look at things on paper. When you look at positional rankings and things like that, the only places that Alabama has the advantage is in their offensive passing game and in their passing defense, and in their overall scoring defense. I think they have they give up less points and they gain their scoring offense. Now, that's not saying a lot because we're talking about minute differences. We're not talking like, I think Alabama's like, I don't know, there's like only like a half a difference in sacks per game between both teams. So I feel like, again, this is why I just keep saying this. When you look at what Alabama does well, Georgia defends pretty well, which is throw the ball. Alabama defends passing the ball even better. But if you had to look at Georgia's defense and say, where's an area of opportunity? It's in there. It's throwing against them. That's how Bama did it the first time. So the same thing applies with Georgia, though. Alabama, their run defense has gotten much, much, much better over the course of the season, but they're still susceptible to pop plays here or there. So for Georgia to get into scoring position, a couple pop plays, it's just going to come down to these quarterbacks, man. It's going to come down to pass rush, who can affect the quarterback. We know what both can do. We've seen both make game-winning drives. We've seen both throw the ball under pressure. I think Ty Simpson is, on average, a little more accurate than Gunnar Stockton. But Ty Simpson's kind of been on the tail end of a regression over the last half of the season. It's crazy because I think you could either get a ridiculously low-scoring game here or a ridiculously high-scoring game here. There's no in between. It's going to be very interesting to see how it pans out.
I think it's going to be in the 20s somewhere.
I feel like that's the safe ground, right? Like this
is a good point here. I wanted to bring this up. Damani Jackson had the worst game of his life in that Georgia game. They cooked him repeatedly. So this could be a factor as well. I don't think Damani's played in.
He played in the Iron Bowl.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah, he got in. So
I must have missed him there.
The tight ends make me nervous, Caleb. They're going to go with 2 tight ends. They're not Jam. Hey, look, Jam hasn't been great at pass pro either this year. I've seen him get blown up a lot, a whole lot. I thought Daniel Hill did okay in the Iron Bowl. I didn't think he was as terrible as a lot of people thought.
He played solid. If he would remember that he was 250 and could leg press 1,000 pounds, he would turn into a beast of a running back.
Sure.
But he hadn't quite remembered that.
Mal, I want to ask you, I'm assuming you're a Georgia fan. I want to ask you, with that score prediction, I want to get your I'm not trying to pick on you here. I'd like to get your legit opinion.
Mm-hmm.
With that score prediction, does Alabama still get in the playoff? Let's say you're spot on. That's what happens. Does Alabama still get in the playoff? Love to hear it.
I think it depends. If it's a close game and if it's a 1-score game and they get a pick 6 late to make it a 15-point win, I think the way the game plays out would have a lot to do with it.
Sure.
If they go up on us 38-3 and then we score some garbage touchdowns and make it 38-23.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
I don't think that's going to happen because I think the game's going to be in the 20s. I think I don't think it's going to look just like the first game, but I think the final score will be very similar, just a different arrival at that score.
So looking at the first box score, and I get it, both teams are different. The team you are in September is not the same team you are in November. I understand that. But just looking off of basically what I'm saying is kind of showing up in the box score. Alabama had almost 400 yards in that game. They had 397. Georgia had 357, right? Alabama outgained Georgia by 150 yards through the air. They threw for 280. Georgia threw for 130.
It was unbelievable that night.
Yeah. Now, rushing yards, Alabama only ran the ball in that game for 117. Georgia ran for 227. So this is what I'm saying. This is going to be like, what's different? What's the most observantly different thing about these two teams this time around? Alabama's run defense is a lot better than it was in this game last time.
Mm-hmm.
A lot better. Now, I worry about losing an LT Overton. But we'll see. It does.
Losing his backup right behind, or one of the depth pieces right behind him. Not
sure.
His backup, but.
Sure. So, Alabama overall looked. Excuse me, I forgot where I was going with that. Alabama overall, they've gotten better in terms of defending the rush. So we'll see. In that game last time, Georgia finished with almost 7 yards per play. Alabama had 5. So you kind of there were some big chunk yard plays there. We know that, the pop runs and things like that. So if Alabama can limit those and have similar offensive success to what they did earlier in the season, I think they would. If Ty Simpson had been playing at the same level the last 3 games that we've seen him play, 3 or 4 games, I think I would be very confident going into this game. Not to say that I don't think Alabama's going to win or can win, but I'd be a lot more confident because I think Alabama's run defense has evolved. It's gotten better. I think they're going to be able to be a little bit more effective against Georgia this time around. I think the pass defense is still just as good, if not even a little bit better. I think Georgia's better, but the better quarterback's going to win, and that's the question. Who's going to play the best tomorrow? Is it going to be Gunnar Stockton or Ty Simpson? You got to see what version of Ty Simpson shows up.
What if they both play like crap? I wonder how that game will look if they're both terrible.
That's why I said Connor Talty better be on his A game.
Oh,
Bobo is.
Can we try out some kickers in the parking lot ahead of time?
Yeah, I expect him to bounce. Probably try to attack us on the edges a lot on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that one back they've got? Is it Frazier? I can't remember if it's Frazier. So let me see. I can't remember his name. I can't remember. I'm going to look it up.
Well, like I said, I think it's going to be in the 20s, but I think both defenses are playing better than they did. You know, it's not like both defenses played bad in the first matchup. The game was only 24-21.
Yeah.
You know, we dropped a walk-in deep pass, and then they dropped one, so that canceled each other out. That was really the beginning of the end of Ryan Williams this year. He hasn't really been the same since that drop against Georgia. He's I don't know. He's made some catches here and there. He's made plays not having the ball in his hand. He made several decoy plays against Auburn. He even had a nice block on a play. So he's in the game, but he just hasn't been really the same. I mean, that was the last time we threw deep to him, I think. Although he had one game, he caught that ball as he was going out of bounds over his shoulder. What game was that? Tennessee, maybe?
I don't know.
Remember Tennessee? He came out and made 2 or 3 catches early, but
yeah,
that was about the last time we've tried going deep to him.
Yeah. So I think overall, here's my, trying to look at it from both sides, like trying to be as fair as possible, right? I know some people may be like, well, it sounds like you're not confident. You're not this. Well, I'm trying to be as objective as possible because we have fans from both people in here. Now, what do I think is going to happen? I think personally, I think you're going to see a very Ty-esque performance in this game. I think Ty Simpson he'll play a lot better than we've seen him play the past few weeks. I think that Alabama has a better wide receiving core. I think that Gunnar Stockton will struggle to throw a little bit. Alabama's got it locked down secondary. I'm looking at here like 28-24, 28-21, something like that. That's my prediction for this.
I'd like October tie back, please. If we can get October tie back.
Sure. Absolutely.
We'll be just fine. Now, if it's November tie, this is going to be a bit of a grind. I think it's important that we get a lead early because when Georgia goes into the locker room and they decide that they're not going to let you do something anymore, it's not happening anymore.
Yeah, that's what I said, man. They're the Michael Myers of college football. You can't kill them. You can, but you get my point, man. Like if you don't keep attacking them, if you just try to run away, like they're just going to keep coming back. And I think Alabama took its foot off the gas in the first matchup. And hopefully coaching staff learned their lesson. Bama will keep it locked down, keep the pedal to the metal this go around.
Kirby is a wizard. It's like every week they come out in the second half and they just shut you down. They just pick an element of your offense and say, this didn't happen anymore.
Yeah. Tobias, he was pretty poised in the first matchup. And I'm going to tell you why. Dog fans, cover your ears. Alabama has played some of the best pass rushing teams in the country over the course since that first Georgia matchup. And Ty Simpson has been throwing off his back foot with pressure right in his face a lot. I'm not saying Georgia can't create pressure. They absolutely can. But in terms of an overall pass rush, they're not one of the best teams that Alabama's going to play this year or has played this year. So I think, keep in mind, me thinking can be dangerous. But I think that Alabama's offensive line, even with how banged up it is, some of the shuffling around, they'll do a good enough job to give Ty the time. And that's what I'm saying, man. That pass rush, if Georgia can't get pressure on Ty Simpson, Ty's going to sit back there and have time to kind of pick them apart. I think that can go the other way as well. Georgia doesn't give up a lot of sacks, but you got some key injuries there on their offensive line too. It's just very similar looks on both teams going into this game, because it's just two really good, tired football teams who are banged up, with good coaching staffs. It's going to be very, very interesting. It's going to be a fun game. You're going to have a ton of NFL talent on the field at the same time. And both are, there's always a possibility that they could play for a third time in the college football playoffs. So it's going to be a very, very fun game.
Man, if they play a third time, I don't think I can take that. But, the thing with Georgia is Kirby's going to watch the game film. He's going to watch the Iron Bowl tape and be like, they blitzed every other play. And they affected him. They kicked the crap out of Ty in that Iron Bowl. He got the snot beat out of him.
Hey, I don't know how I didn't get
that
hurt,
giant chin strap was halfway up in his mouth half the game. Yeah. The largest chin strap in college football. I've never seen one that big. It's like the Peyton Manning helmet. You know how Manning had to have a special helmet to cover his 5 head? That's how I feel about Ty's chin strap. It's like
that's crazy.
It looked like an elbow pad on his chin.
They were, dude.
But he got the crap kicked out of him. So Georgia's going to blitz. They're going to blitz all night, I think. I don't know if they're a good blitzing team. I don't know if they have any
they've gotten better
schemes.
They've gotten better as the season's gone on.
They are going to blitz us all night long, because that works.
Jeff mentioned that earlier. Absolutely. All right, guys, we're almost in, we're at past hour 15. So we're going to press forward and go ahead and end this thing so we can go spend some time with our families. I'll actually be in Alabama tomorrow. Going to the big 256. I'll be up in Northeast Alabama over the weekend. So,
where are you watching the game?
From my childhood home in Alabama. How about that? So
nice.
Going back to decorate Mom's place for Christmas. This will be the first Christmas without her. She made us promise back in February before she passed that we would go up and decorate our house. So going up there this weekend to do that for the first time, leaving tomorrow.
Rest in peace, Mom.
Yeah, we love you, Mom. So, all right. Final.
It's been a lot of firsts this holiday.
Yeah, it sucked. It sucked. It's been hard. It's been really hard. I don't mean to everybody's like they're just trauma dumping on us.
No, this is family.
Leave us alone, guys.
We're family here. So when we dealing with stuff like that, we come here and let people know.
Calhoun County, Keith. I'll be in Oxford.
Calhoun County.
I'm from Oxford, Alabama.
Nice.
For those of you who don't know, go Jackets.
Oxford,
Alabama.
Oxford.
So, all right. Final playoff prediction. Jeff, who do you have winning it all right now? In the current playoff field, who do you have winning it all?
Like the whole thing?
Yeah. I know who you're going to say.
Nothing but the Tide, baby.
Golly, dude.
I don't pick against Bama. You crazy?
Locked in, baby.
Now, when Alabama if we get eliminated, I rethink. But I'm picking Bama in every bracket. That's what I do. Even though I tell myself I'm going to be objective when they ask me who I think is going to win it all. I've actually been thinking about this, and Ohio State's got the deepest team, the easiest schedule. They haven't had to play any of their starters in any second half.
Nobody's hurt.
Indiana's never had to play a starter past the middle of second quarter in their ruckus schedule. And then we get to the pick, and I'm like, Bama by 100. I can't help it.
I got too much Bam in me.
Too much Bam in me. Unhinged Bam. You see it right
here. Love it.
Unhinged Bam.
Fantastic. Well, hey, look, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the live. I hope
God. G-Dog, if this happens, I don't know that I can watch college football anymore if this happens.
With that offense, that'll be tough, man.
If this happens, I'll retire from watching college football.
Oh, that would suck.
That would be a trap. Or if Duke wins it all. Duke wins the ACC championship game and wins 5 in a row and a 5-loss champion. Just like NCAA 25 on PS5.
Give me James Madison. Billy Napier, by the way.
Yeah, shout out. JMU got a coach before Penn State. Ooh.
How about Billy Napier making a playoff with JMU and not Florida? It's crazy stuff. Crazy. I love this sport, man.
Can you believe Florida picked Napier over Kiffin 3 years ago?
Look, man. Look, with Kiffin better work out at LSU because there's a lot of people who aren't going to want to touch that dude after that whole.
I'm telling you that LSU's biggest threat will be the NFL. If he goes 30-6 in 3 years at LSU and makes the playoffs all 3 years, and maybe even wins a ring or plays for one, NFL is going to come blowing his phone up.
Hold on, dude. I would not be mad at this. I'm not gonna lie. For Ole Miss to go win it all,
I would.
I mean,
I don't care about Ole Miss.
It would just be funny because of what we're talking about. So
I'd be pissed off if Ole Miss won it all with Pete Golding. No, that would really shake me to my core. They did. They replaced Napier with another Napier. Summerall's a pretty good coach, though.
I think so too. I mean,
he's from around here. We're familiar with Summerall from when he was at Troy.
Yeah.
And our morning show guys, good friends with him, so we get a lot of insight on Summerall.
Sure. All right. We're gonna end up as always, you guys. Thank you for hanging out with us. This is your show. Love each and every one of you. Even those of you lurking in the comment sections, posting emojis. I see you. No,
yes, I agree, Kat. I don't think he's going to be at LSU at 5 years, because if he's good enough, he'll be in the NFL, and if he's trash, they'll can him way before then.
Thank you.
So I think 5 years is a good line that he's going to be there.
Thanks. I'm trying to end the show so I can go take a leak. Can we do that?
Hey, you're driving. You can hit that video anytime. It'll mute my mic.
Say your prayers, read your Bibles, wash your hands, subscribe. Horns down, beat Auburn and LSU and Tennessee too. We'll see you Saturday after the game. Roll Tide.